All right, what we have tonight is some dividing fractions. We got two examples up here. We'll go ahead and take the opportunity to pause the video and write that down. That'd be a good idea. Basically what we're going to do tonight is just going to go through how to divide fractions. So let's get started. According to our legal notes, if we have a division problem and they have different signs, I know for sure that my answer is negative. Clearly says that in the legal notes. Different signs, negative answer. The first thing it tells me in the fraction section of my legal notes is that I have to make these mixed numbers into improper fractions. It also tells me that I have to get a CD if I'm dividing. CD, of course, standing for common denominator. So because I know I'm going to get a CD, and because I know I have to make these into mixed numbers, I'm just going to go ahead and do all that in kind of one step, just kind of all together. 1 times 2 plus 1 ends up with 3 over 2. 3 times 3 plus 1 ends up with 10 over 3. Notice I didn't bring the negative sign with me. The reason for that is I have already taken care of what the sign of my answer is. Therefore, I don't need to mess with the signs in the question anymore. Now, to get the common denominator, there are two methods. We've already written this down inside our composition book. One method says, can you turn one of the denominators into the other denominator? That's not possible. You can't use multiplication to multiply 2 and land on 3. The other method tells you to just take the denominator from one of the fractions, and multiply it by the other fraction. So this is a 2 here. I'm going to multiply it down there. There's a 3 here. I'm going to multiply it up here. That lands me on 9 over 6 and 20 over 6. Now that I have a common denominator, there's a phrase that we need to write down, and that phrase is common denominators drop off on division. Common denominators drop off on division. So because of that, this 6 and this 6, they're gone now. I don't need them anymore. So because of that, I'm going to take this top number, put it on top, and this bottom right here, and put it on the bottom. See, top fraction goes on top, bottom fraction goes on bottom. We should probably write that down, shouldn't we? So write this down right here. I'm going to erase this. Top on top, bottom on bottom. Okay? This statement and that previous statement that I just erased, the one that tells you the common denominators drop off on division, so the 6's go away, and because of this, top number on top, bottom number on bottom. Okay? Not too bad. Let's go over to this next question real fast. By the way, don't forget that 9 over 20 was negative. So the final answer to that question was negative 9 over 20. This question looks a little bit weird. Looks weird because it looks like 1 divided by 7 divided by 2. It actually is 1/7 divided by 2. Okay? Kind of looks strange. That's called a complex fraction. Let me move this over so you can see what I've written there. Got a little bit of a glare on the screen there, so that's supposed to be a 7. Anyway, to divide this, I'm simply going to follow what my legal notes tell me to do and a couple of those rules that we already wrote down. Okay? Now remember, if you want to run back and watch the video again, go ahead and do that. These are both positive, which means they have the same sign. Same sign means that I have a positive answer. Now, I know that I need to take mixed numbers or whole numbers and make them improper. Hence the reason for this step. I'm also stacking these because I'm going to get a common denominator. Well, remember there's two ways to get a common denominator. The first way, can I turn one of them into the other? Yes. I can take the 1 and multiply it. I can take this 1, multiply it by 7, and I will land on that 7. Very nice. 14 over 7. Now I have a 7 here and a 7 here. Now remember, common denominators drop off on division. So those 7s are now gone. Now I apply top fraction on top, bottom fraction on bottom. So the final answer to the question is 1 over 14. Remember, if you're confused on something, simply scroll back on the video, just use your little finger, rewind it, watch it again. Okay? Thanks for watching.